want to say thank you for the primordial mother. 10,000 names, 10,000 titles. Um, I want to give thanks to her, the ancestral spirits. Let's go ahead and just do this one time. It's not. I'm not gonna be on here long though. It's just I'm sniffling because I was watching a movie scene and it made me want to come up with this topic. So I was watching the movie Ghost, like the ending part of the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg. I was watching that, but let me go ahead and do the prayer, okay? Um, I want to give thanks to the primordial mother. Give thanks to you. Give thanks to the ancestral spirits of creation. Give thanks to the archangels, the angels, the ancestors themselves. Um, we come to you, primordial mother, on another day, which is the day of Thursday on the Gregorian calendar. We want to say thank you. Thank you for another day of seeing the skies, the birds, the moon, the sun, all of nature. We know you have created all of this. We know that you even created the breath that we actually use to breathe in and out oxygen. We know that you created all the realms, the whole universes, all the multiverses, which is the dimensions. We know that you created everything. For we come to you and say thank you for all of it. And we come to your throne and say, please protect us, guide us, and most of all, show us, love us, hold us with your loving touch, your grip, your hugs, all the above. For we know in spirit that you're with us. We know that in the ethers you watch over us. We know who you are in the waters. We know that you reach out to your children etherically because you're in mourning. So we want to let you know how we are truly loving and caring towards you. And we want to let you know that we have nothing but the utmost respect and love for you and towards you divinely. On that note, beloved mother, we want to say thank you once again. Ashe, 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 Ayi, Abobo. All right. Um, the topic is there life after death? It's very controversial to a lot of people. A lot of theologian scholars and even down to spiritualists, they've been having this controversy for a long time. If you don't mind, I can share my experiences, and it's up to you what you may think. But eventually, hopefully, one day people will hear you all experiences. I will say if there's life after this death, I would say yes, because the physical body is this flesh is nothing more than a shell of who you really are. For we are made out of energy. We're made out of ether. The real you is the spinal cord, the brain, the eyes, and peace. How you doing? The spinal cord, the eyes, the brain, and I forgot what they call the little. It's like these little. It's like it's not tentacles, but it's I forgot what they call it. It's connected to. It gives the frequency from the brain, and have you move your fingers and everything. Right? I forgot what they call it, but that is the real you. You are made out of energy because every time you move, you talk, the brain send waves, electrical waves to move your fingers, your mouth, and so on. And through ancient time, a lot of sages or a lot of spiritualists, witch doctors, whatever you want to call them, healers, they knew about the life after death because they would talk about the visions they would see, They would see ancestors or relatives that was on the other side that paid them a visit. In this day and time, by all these different religions, mainly the main three, the main three always try to categorize ancestors of those that crossed over as being evil. They've been doing all of this, but those that know for a fact that that is their relative, they can tell by certain characteristics that they had in this life. And a lot of the sages, a lot of the witch doctors, shamans, they knew. That's why they will always have a preparedness, or they have an apprentice that they would take under their wing to take over. So when they cross over, they can finish where they left off. And they can visit them from time to time through meditation, through sleep. Many of us have lost relatives. Some of us, know it or not, even had visions of these relatives coming to us, even during the funerals or before they crossed over. Like I can give you a story. My father, my dad, my great great, let me see, my great grandmother, who passed away, I think in the 90s. My dad served the Persian Gulf. He was in California. I think he was over in California for uh his base. My great grandmother paid my dad a visit before they I think before they buried her, or before the night of her funeral. And he called my grandmother, who's alive today, and described everything she had on when they went to go view her body. And he told my grandmother, Mom, she came to me and she showed what she had on. So you ask yourself a question. How can a woman that was all the way in Virginia and this man all the way in California, he was able to get visitation by her, or visited by her, and showed everything she had on? And he described it to a T to my grandmother. That's a question, right? That really makes you wonder. Um, there's another story, because this also is connected to reincarnation. All this, I'm just trying to let y'all know this is where we're going at with this. Because my next live, more than likely, is going to be dealing with reincarnation on our channel. Um, and I have some receipts on that, like different videos of children reincarnated and stuff like that. I will bring that in the next live. Um, all right, so the next story is my grandfather. He was my step grandfather, but he was my grandfather. He taught me everything that I needed to know to become a man. So when he passed away 2008, it's been approximately 18 years. Wow. Um, I went to his funeral, and this man was my role model. And you gotta bear with me because I'm trying not to get emotional, because this man taught me a whole lot about life. So, all right, so I never go to no church. I'm not a church person. I'm not. I tried it, it don't work for me. But I went there to show my respects to my grandfather. During that time, that was when I was at my most vulnerable state. Knowing that I would not be able to hear my grandfather's voice physically, not to have the pat on the back, not to have the fatherly advice. Especially when I was going through the stuff I was going through, growing pains, growing up as a young man, trying to figure out life. That day when I needed him most, I'm at the church doing his service of burial. Before they take the coffin. I remember sitting in a corner on the bench that's in the churches right there. You know how that movie Ghost ended? If y'all that saw it, and Molly, the character, saw Sam the last time. I'm sitting directly next to him. I can't remember, it was a relative or something, and I had tears running down my eyes, and I remember it vividly. So please follow me on this. I got my eyes closed for a reason because I'm trying not to let the tears come down. I'm sitting on the very end, and my grandfather and my grandfather came right in front of me, and he had all white on. I'll never forget that. And he was trying to wipe my tears away. And he reached out for me, and I just shook my head no, because I knew that he had to like I had to be strong for him now during that time. When I saw that, I knew that there was life after death because he looked at me and he just shook his head and just said these exact words. He was like, "Everything is going to be okay." And I never got a chance to tell nobody in my family that on my mother's side. And when I saw that, I just knew. I remember telling an ex girlfriend that was a Jehovah Witness. She was like, "You know what that was? That wasn't really him." I didn't want to hear it. I don't deal with doctrines very well, especially those doctrines that were man made. I know what I saw, and it was him. And when he turned around, I saw him just go where all of the relatives were at. And he turned around and said, "I'm always going to love you, son. Don't even worry about it." And when I say he reached out, when I just shook my head, no, he really reached out. I saw his hand and everything. And I knew that. And then it's like other things that I've witnessed um, during that time. Because when I moved in his home, him and my grandmother's home, it happened right after my grandmother on my mother's side passed away, a year after. The thing about that, I remember it because I'm trying to let y'all know about the experiences that I had. I remember seeing my grandmother on my mother's side one last time. My grandmother had she had diabetes, high blood pressure, real bad. She wound up going blind, and she couldn't speak. And I'm sharing this with y'all because I'm opening up myself to everybody. So thanks. So that following year, I went to go see my grandmother for the last time on my mother's side. Now she was the one that had the missing limb. She had the missing limb, and like I said, she was blind, couldn't see. She had diabetes real bad. She had a stroke, multiple strokes. She had. So she was at John Hopkins Hospital, knee amputated. This woman could not see because it was her and my grandfather that raised me. So she could not see, and she never had a son. She taught me I was her son. She told everybody, "That's my son. He's the only boy that I had." That's what she told everybody. I don't like going to hospitals during that time, especially when somebody's, you know, in a bad shape. I hate that. I go in that hospital, y'all. I go in that hospital. Mind you, she cannot see. She don't even speak. She don't say nothing. She ever spoke to nobody. She didn't even show any emotion at all. She would they would my mother and my aunts would speak to her. She would not say anything. No reaction. I was 25, going on 26. That was what I'll say probably what that's like. Let's just say 18. I'll say 18, 15 years. Let's just say 18, 17 years ago. Let's just say that. I go into the hospital room where she's at, and my grandma, they saw it. Everybody in my family that was there said it. It was like, "Hey, your grandson here." They said my name. Let me tell y'all something. She never reacted until I got in that room. When I got into that hospital room, my grandmother had a tear come down her eyes. They mentioned my name to her, and tears came down her eyes. The following day, if not a couple days later, she passed away. My grandfather met her the day that she passed to let her know just come on. Because when they were alive, my grandfather wanted to see the world with her. And when she got sick, he broke down and said, we're not supposed to go through this. You're supposed to be traveling the world, seeing everything. My grandfather was in the Navy, retired, all of that, veteran. And he told her, we're supposed to be traveling the world. But I want to let y'all know that they are traveling and they are seeing the world. I saw all of that. When I moved into their home, this is also dealing with whole life after death, too. I'm trying to just let y'all know about the story. When I moved into their home, my oldest child was 12, 11, 12 during the time. And my oldest didn't move in with me, but my sister moved in with me in that house. A lot of paranormal activity went on in that house. I didn't get affected by it. My sister and her child's father did. I'm gonna tell y'all, my sister child's father was very, I don't know, it was something about his energy that the house and my grandparents didn't approve of. And I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. I would be in that house while my sister was there and her boyfriend, whatever he was during the time. And things would happen to them, but it wouldn't happen to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miss D. Hale. So my sister's children's child's father was doing some dibbling dabbling in negativity. And I kid y'all not, I would hear the voice of my grandfather telling me, I don't want him here. I don't want him here. I don't tolerate this in my house. I heard him say that literally. So my sister told me one day she was going downstairs and she saw this figure downstairs and she kind of like blinked eyes and it disappeared. If y'all remember the movie Ghost, you'll see where I'm going at with this, right? And this is crazy because I'm just letting y'all know. Now, like I said, her child's father is like he was into dibbling dabbling stuff he was supposed to be doing, and he would bring it to the household. So my grandfather said he didn't like the guy. That's what he was telling me, like literally telling me there in the home. He like, I don't want them here. You can stay here. I don't care. They don't. I don't want them here. That's what he kept on telling me. You can stay here. I don't want them in my home. Me and your grandma worked hard to keep this house intact. I don't want them here. That's what he was kept on telling me. So he made himself visible to do stuff. Like my sister made Kool-Aid. Anybody that don't know what Kool-Aid is, sister made Kool-Aid, right? I don't drink that crap. I don't drink it. So I go ahead and come from work. And she said, Hey bro, did you drink our Kool-Aid? I said, No. She's like, I just filled it up and it's gone. I said, your dude did do it. She said, No, it's not, it's empty. The pitcher is empty. I said, Oh, okay. And then she said, a lot of weird things is going on that me and my dude was seeing. I said, Oh yeah? She's like, Yeah. Do you know anything about that? No, I don't. I just kept it moving. To make a long story short, they her baby father put holes in my grandparents' back room wall. That pissed them off even more. Whatever happened, he made sure they got the hell out their house. When it was just me there, it was pleasant and it was quiet. Nothing happened. When my oldest child moved in there with me, no problem. Everything was fine. So that is the paranormal experience of the life after death that I have went through. That I know that is real. It's other things that happen. I seen people when I would dream and people would pass away that I knew. I would literally see them and they would like, they'll look and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they'll tell me like, "This is what happened to me." So I've seen and bear witness to this. I mean, many of you probably have different experiences. I don't know, but I want to say thank you. Thank you, introverted mystical one. Thank you. Um, Everybody that's speaking, I want to say thank y'all. But I just want to let y'all know, like many of us have different experiences. These are the experiences that I witnessed younger and when I was younger, and it's really vivid to me. All of it, I can remember it. Everything. Um, there's things that I've seen that I know probably some of y'all went through. And what you said, Miss D Hale, you right. You know, and you right because I had a stroke 3 years ago, and I'm a survivor of it. And the thing that happened, if I miss one more day without going to that emergency room in December 22nd, 2023, I want to say, if I would have stayed one more day in this home, I would have passed away in this house. And when I went to the emergency room and I laid there and they told me I was having a stroke right then and there, The first thing they said, you're too young to have one. 3 years ago, I was 42. And everybody kept saying, you're too young for that. You're too young. I'm going to tell everybody what I do know. I was visited that day. And I kept on hearing things around me telling me, I heard them telling me it's not time yet. They're like, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. That moment, I felt all of my ancestors and I felt my grandparents there telling me it's not your time yet. The experience also was that hearing the divine tell you it's not your time yet. I will call you when it's your time. Next thing I know, the doctor came into my room that I was located at. I was in the hospital for 3 days, 3 to 4 days. And the doctor said, I never saw this before. And I said, what's that? Somebody that had your situation, how the side of your left is not how anybody that have had a stroke have, show. He said, your whole left side is still intact. He said, then to top all of that, you're recovering fast. He said, I never seen this type of recovery before. He said, I don't know what to say, but sir, this is miraculous. When I left out the hospital, it was December 26, 2023. But before I left that hospital, I received a text message from my godmother in E5, who's she reached out to me because her husband is my godfather. So they both reached out, but mainly she spoke on his behalf. And she said, like, I'm checking on you to see if you're okay. She said, I want to let you know that the Creator spared you and that you have a calling. And I said, Godmother, I have a higher calling. And she said, yes, you do. So what happened, this channel of ours was created years ago, but started going live more frequently and wanted to share certain things dealing with spirituality, experience with the paranormal, if you ever had any, so we can have something different on the YouTube platform. But most of all, to be able to dialogue with all of you, to hear your experiences, to see what y'all know. This channel is not to bash nobody's religious belief. We all come from different walks of life. But I really want everybody to know that when it come down to it, everything that we know has a beginning. And they say an end, but the end is it's no ending. It's just a new beginning new beginning after new beginning. This flesh, this life is temporary. And what I've noticed that when we cross over, this particular realm goes, but that don't mean that we're not alive in other realms. If that make any sense. And what I've learned is that death is another adventure. Because after seeing my grandparents cross over and seeing my grandfather, seeing my grandmother, seeing them there, right there at the hospital bed, and hearing them talk, having dreams, vivid dreams of being around them, full grown adult being around them, and we're walking while in the spirit realm while I'm resting, walking and they're talking to me. Many of us went through stuff like that. They're walking and talk to you in your dreams, and they tell you like they're proud of you, or you ask for that one last hug. Many of us go through that. It's our way of pretty much connecting back to them when we're resting our bodies. Because they said sleep is the cousin of death. So yeah, from the experiences, there is life after death. It's very controversial. A lot of different religions say that these people, when they talk to us in the spirit realm or they come to us, that that's not really them. But can I tell y'all something? If that's the case, why would your loved ones surround you? Why would they do that? There's YouTube channels on here called Life After Death and dealing with them with people that had near death experiences. And a lot of the videos that I've seen, they said that when they had a near death experience, they saw all their loved ones. All on the ones I seen, they said they saw all their loved ones. And they said they were welcome there, but they had to come back here. And no or not, that same doctor that told me he was shocked, he told me I was literally dying in front of him. And here I am, talking to you all. Exactly. Talking to you all, exactly, protection. Talking to you all. I never been so alive and I take life very differently now. So, you know, I come to y'all as a melanated man. Yeah, I'm a man of melanated skin. But I can assure you though that the protection of the divine is real. And when your family cross over, it's real. They be waiting for you on the other side for real. They really do. While you're here in the physical, they are always around you. My ex fiance, when she was here with me, we watched shows, different shows that came on Tubi and so on, and we watched documentaries on the on paranormal experiences and ghost activity. There was this one show that caught me in her eye, where this man, this elderly man, he married the second time. His first wife that crossed over, she was still in their home roaming around. There was a woman that was present during that time before his second wife, really came about. His wife in the spirit realm did not approve of this one woman because she was caught doing a lot of stuff that's unnecessary in their home. She doing stuff around the house in the spirit realm, letting them about my house, don't be around my husband. Exactly. So what happened, she kept on throwing stuff around the house, getting the woman out the house. Finally, the lady left the house. Then a woman came in, and that woman, his wife to approve of, didn't cause no commotion, no chaos, and she welcomed that woman to marry her husband. And then after that, it was no problems out the household, unless somebody wasn't right and the wife in the spirit realm would go ahead and start havoc again. And that caught me and my ex fiance's attention. That part. I mean, we watched a lot of paranormal stuff. It's like every day we were just watching it to the point where as though it was like we were becoming experts of it. You know, there is truly life after death. Um, I had an uncle that passed away back in 2004 or five. He passed away in my last day in my grandmother's house. He passed away in her house. He was a military veteran. He was buried. His casket was buried in Virginia. The whole outside was clear. Clouds were clear and everything. We left Virginia after doing his funeral was over. We left Virginia. Now, mind you, the sky was clear. As soon as we started leaving Virginia, this storm came. I'm sitting in the van with my family, and I hear this message. I heard this message stating that he earned his wings. That's why the storm came. He earned his wings, and he's now there. That's what I heard. Now there's my grandmother, who's my last living grandmother alive. She has some paranormal things going on with her too. She said when she's laying down resting, she hears songs, heavenly songs coming to her. This is what my grandmother told me. She kept on hearing heavenly songs coming to her. She said she heard it all the time. And my stepmother, who's a pastor, she told her about that. She said that's because you're protected. My grandmother have not remarried since my other step grandfather passed away in 1994. My grandmother have not remarried ever since then. So my family always went through paranormal experiences from my dad, my grandmother, my cousins. When our relatives passed away, they always seemed to reconnect to us and let us know that they okay. I'm just sharing my experiences. I know it's controversial to a lot of people. I wish I could talk to many of you all that's watching, but yeah, it's real. Like I'm telling y'all, like the experiences that's been going on both my mother's side and my father's side. We have experienced paranormal activity from our family members crossing over, like literally crossing over, and they let us know that they're around. I mean, the closing scene of the movie Ghost inspired me to do this video on our channel because sometimes this could be something that we need to hear and start questioning and be open minded because we are made out of energy, which is ether, which is spirit, which is connected to that soul. And we have to keep that in mind. Um, Maybe I might do a part two of this and start showing some videos like I always do. I don't know yet. Y'all let me know in the comment section. I can find some videos and we can start elaborating together as a unit. It's up to y'all what y'all want to do. Y'all just let me know. 'Cause I'll find some receipts and we can start looking at them. We can dissect them if y'all want to, you know. But I just want to let y'all know the experiences that I went with my family. So it's it's a lot to take in because that scene hit me hard and made me think about my grandfather and grandmother. And I want to come to y'all with an open heart, let y'all know I rarely talk about things in my personal life on here, but I'm opening up so y'all can see that I'm just like you all. I'm human. No matter what stuff I talk about on our channel and whatever information that any of the mods give at the end of it all, I'm human too. I'm real just like you all. I have real life problems like everybody else do. But I just want to let y'all know from a spiritual level how everything is. And I hope that this was a little. I hope this live was pretty okay. But I'm this is my. I'm not really a verbal person all the time. I'm more quiet a lot, even though it don't seem like it. So I just want to share that with y'all. But I digress on talking about all of that. But there is life after death, regardless of what the people say, regardless on what the religious people say. Um, they say that when you cross over, they say that when you are one and connected to the divine, that when you cross over, you reach nirvana. That's what some people say, what you call heaven and all of that, because you have that connection to the divine, and you are coming there with the purity of a good heart. That's what a lot of people say. That's why it's very vital when I talk to y'all about the scales of Mayat. Thank you. They talk about the scales of Mayat, the heart and the feather, and they say if the heart outweighs the feather, they say that you have to start all over again. That's what they say. In ancient Egypt, said if that happened, they give the heart to the crocodile, which means you got to reincarnate back here. But if it's a balanced state, good to go because you did your good deed. You had to keep everything balanced from what they're saying. The scales have to be balanced. That's what they tell everybody. That's what they said back in ancient Egypt. That your heart has to keep the feather balanced for you to get to the heavens. So all those relatives that passed away that have crossed over, you have to ask yourself a question. They must have did some great deeds for them to go into the afterlife and cross over. While the ones that's walking around in the spirit realm, they still got work to do and healing to do. Because it said after that they don't necessarily go to hell. They have to go through a healing process in order to go into the next stages and go into the next stages of spiritual evolution. That's what they say. And thank you for saying I have a beautiful soul because you do too. All of us do. That's on here watching. But that's what they say. This is dealing with Sanskrit, which is Hinduism. All that they talk about all this back in ancient Egypt. It's about the heart of that person being good and being firm, being honest, best way possible. So I want to let y'all know that I'm just gonna land my plane right there. And those that lost relatives that crossed over, they watching over you and protecting you. And I want to share something with y'all before this live ends. It don't hurt to make an altar for your relative, a pitcher, a drink of water, or something that can put it on the table and have a picture of them right there. It don't hurt to do that. It really don't, because they became your guardian angel as well. And in a lot of cultures, they have that kind of dedication to those that crossed over. There's nothing negative about it. There's nothing evil about it. All you're doing is showing and paying homage and showing love to them. Mind that they always loved you. That's what we gotta keep in mind. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind, open heart, and realize that we'll live today, every day by day, and always have open enough love and respect for others and your loved ones that crossed over. You got to keep them in mind. Always keep them in your heart because they're the ones that's watching over you, along with the divine, with the Creator. Over here, we look at the Creator as feminine energy, feminine force. That's how we look at the Creator. We don't look at the Creator as masculine. We look at the Creator as a feminine force. All life, because they all come from out the darkness into the light, and the darkness was actually the great void that was dealing with the essence and the womb that we come out of. So that's the motherly protection that we always have had. I mean, and that's why we say a prayer to the primordial mother, the great mother herself that created it all. We always give thanks to her. And in Catholicism, they made a whole prayer to her, which is Mary, the prayer to Mary. So we talk to the divine mother over here. They created it all. So I want to let y'all know that I want to share a little bit of that with y'all. Love all of y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and drink some cranberry juice and enjoy the rest of this day. Oh wow. Can I tell you something, Miss D Hale? This is what you do. Pitch get a make a if you got like a little some tables in your home, if you have any pictures of your mother and father, put them on one table and their urns right there. For your husband, do the same thing for your husband. Okay? And what you can do, the stuff that they like doing, put it on that table. Make sure it's clean and everything. Make sure it's clean. Wipe it down, clean it off. Whatever they like doing, put it on that table. And sometimes have conversations with them. You'd be surprised the feeling that you get. Or you did great. You'll be surprised on the feeling that you get because you can feel them right there talking to you or around you. I want to tell y'all that's a ancient practice that's connected to ancient indigenous, so-called African, and I want to say, let me see, so-called ancient African, indigenous, and it's connected to also, I want to say, the ways of the Gnostic in Christianity. But that's a way of showing love to your ancestors or your loved ones that passed away that are now your ancestors, and that keeps them around you at a vibrant state. You said the Green Light is a dope song. Thanks for saying that, but okay. But yeah, you keep them around you like that at a vibrant state. And you can feel their energy around you, and you can feel their protection around you. That is very ancient. That is an ancient practice. So that's been passed down from generation to generation. So always keep it clean and always give them things that they used to like and just have conversation with them. You don't have to have conversation with them you don't have to have conversations with them when you have company. That's one-on-one time for you and them. That's how you cope. But at the same time, that's how you connect to their spirit and that's how they let you know they love you and they protect you. So on that note, I hope this was a good one for y'all. I'm gonna figure out I might make a part two to this. If you want me to make a part two to this, just leave a comment in the comment section after the video load up and after I unlock it. Okay. Give it like a few days and I'll make sure that it's up on here. So if y'all want me to make a part two with some receipts about, people having paranormal experiences of life after death, I will do that. I will find some videos to play, and if y'all want to have conversation about it on the chat, we can do that. But when this video finish downloading and I unlock it, feel free to leave comments. And when I also unlock, like, share, and subscribe, do what you got to do so we can build this channel for people that really need to see about the life after death, the paranormal and spirituality and consciousness. And let's go ahead and make everything grow. Um, love all of y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Ms. D Hale, thank you. Thank you. Um, Swag Lord Bacon, how you doing? And my brother, the introverted mystical one. Thank you for watching. And thank you for being there, brother. Thank you for being there, Ms. D Hale, everybody. Thank you. Same to you. All right. Time to end it. I don't want to scare nobody what I'm about to say, so please listen to what I'm about to say when I break it down. Peace, love, light, darkness, which represents the feminine and masculine to bring forth balance. May the great mother, the ancestors, the angels, the archangels watch you and yours. Oh yeah, and the ancestral spirits of creation. May your family and you be protected and guided on your journey. Enjoy yourself, please. On this weekend that's coming, have fun if you can. Get a bite to eat if you can. Something to drink, and I ain't talking about alcohol. Enjoy your life every day like it's your last, and cherish every moment, every breath. Enjoy the presence of being alive and seeing the sun. No problem. May you all enjoy yourself and y'all take care. I love you, all of you. Love every last one of y'all. Peace.